Hey, what's happening, gamers? Time for the long-awaited review of the Nintendo eShop, Big N's latest online service that is somewhat different than the shop channel for the Wii. Due to most of the features of this being on the bottom screen, I've had to abandon my normal way of doing video reviews for the 3DS. So now that you know that, let's hop into this review. One important difference you're going to notice right away is the eShop has gotten rid of the Wii, DSi, or Nintendo points and replaced them with actual prices for games. Like before, you can buy cards at a retail store or add funds to your wallet using a credit card. Each game is also priced differently too, so there's no set point system for Game Boy, Game Boy Color games, and DSi. It's all actual game prices, and they vary. As you can see from the screen, the shop is more simplified and everything is laid out before you. Then you just scroll to get to your destination. Depending on where you live in the world though, the menus may look a little bit different, but since I'm here in the US, this is what we have to work with for this review. Alrighty, so notice how there's actually no channel menu for 3DS Ware games. That's because Nintendo has foregone the name Ware as they feel it's outdated. So for now, everything is going to be on the actual menu of the eShop. So a great example of this is the Nintendo Classic game like Excitebike and of course the Pokedex. Clicking on most of the icons brings you to that channel's page, which I'm sure you realize this. These channels include games shown at E3 where you can view trailers for free in 3D. The Virtual Console service has the ability to play classic games from my youth for the Nintendo Game Boy and Game Boy Color. As I've said in my K-News segment, both the TurboGrafx 16 and Game Gear will be arriving on the eShop sometime this summer or early this fall. Dsiware Favorites is another sub-channel which highlights some of the best games that have appeared on the DSi service. A great example of this is fan favorite Shantae's Risky's Revenge by WayForward Technologies, which is an excellent game and I strongly suggest you download it. Followed by that, there are some channels that have to do with what's in stores now for the 3DS, some staff picks of the week, which right now is showcasing Cave Story for the DSi, which is to hype up the later 3DS game. It also offers a 3DS Coming Soon section where you can add games to your wish list. This service doesn't cover all the games coming out for the system, mind you. It just highlights the must-have titles that the company is showcasing. The rest of the icons are all for DSi games, and they're divided into different categories. I'm positive that more channels will be added to the DSi service, and also DSi games are added every Thursday, which is Nintendo's new service upload date across the Nintendo platforms, by the way. Because of the long delay for the eShop, the Big N has given players the option of downloading Excitebike in 3D until July 7th. Along with this addition is the Pokedex, which is also free. And you can actually view Pokemon in 3D and use AR codes to add more of them if you want to. And it's a fun, free little service. On June 7th, Link's Awakening DX was added to the eShop, and Donkey Kong, the arcade game, will be added on the 16th for the Game Boy. I have to say that the eShop is easier to navigate, and for people new to online services or people that really had problems using the shop channel for the Wii, this will be much easier for them to find what they're looking for and get them in and out. Personally, I'm not a fan of the layout though for the US. I feel that our Europe friends actually got the better menu layout. But to each his own, I suppose. For me, I just use the chart channel to find what I want faster without the need of the constant scrolling. That is how the menu's set up. Content is downloaded to your SD card and then placed on the home menu for the system and appear as wrapped gifts, so it's very easy to find and very easy to use. Still, the eShop wasn't the only services that opened up for 3DS users. We were given access to the Internet Browser, which sadly is no different than the one featured on the DSi. On a plus side though, we were given the ability to transfer our already owned DSi games to the 3DS using either Wi-Fi or SD cards. If you're all wondering why the 3DS internet is bad, for one, it has no flash, meaning you can't view YouTube videos and certain websites. Two, you can't load Twitter, so you really can't update your status or use other social networking sites. You can't check your email, and I could go on and on. Facebook kind of works. I've been able to update it, but it's really not that easy to do because the pages will not load. The only thing that really works is Nintendo's 3DS page, which is the default browser, by the way. This should have been added to the eShop, though, or even like a news channel like we have on the Wii, and a weather channel would be nice, too. But the Internet Browser, it's just not that good. However, I will say this, all in all, the eShop and most of the system updates have been pretty good, especially for a free service. I would like to see Nintendo provide some updates where we can communicate with other 3DS users, maybe like somehow on our Me channel or something like that. The promised Netflix service is still MIA, and I hope that they can still improve the internet browser, but I don't think so. If you haven't already, make sure you get the latest update to unlock the eShop. It's in your system menu of your 3DS. Even though Ridge Racer gets messed up, the update coming on June 16th will correct that. Well, thus wraps up another 3DS video review. Keep checking back often for brand new reviews like Cartoon Network Smash Clone, impressions on Ocarina of Time 3D, the week it comes out, followed by a full in-depth review sometime in July over the entire game. Also, we'll be posting Dead or Alive Dimensions and Resident Evil Mercenaries. So if you're new to my stuff, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you liked what you saw, and subscribe because it's free for you and good for me. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this and other content seen on my channel. Have a great rest of the day, and until we meet again, gamers, God bless, and happy gaming.